Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Eating While Broke. I'm your host, Coline Witt, and today we are out of the studio in New York. And I got a nice little treat for us. We have special guest Justin Richburg in the building.
Yeah,
And how do I say? Why did I mess it up again? Animator,
animator.
animator.
Animator, illustrator, writer, loudmouth. I'll snitch on you, Richburg.
I love it. I love it all.
Mhm.
I've been tracking Justin for some years. I was in his DMs almost immediately, like all the time,
Oh, you like me? You
following,
like me like that?
commenting, trying to get an interview with you for a long time.
Mhm.
I think everything you do is pretty impressive and amazing. Like literally looks like a gift from God himself gave it to
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
So finally, what, it took 2 years?
Yeah.
2 years, a cool manager to make this happen. You came in from Philly. Thank you so much. And I was like, what are you gonna have us eating today? You chose basic dish. Go ahead, tell everybody.
Yeah, so we're gonna have let me take these glasses off real quick so y'all can see my eyes. All
Thank you.
right. So we're gonna have cup noodles.
Couple noodles. You guys was specific. You
Mhm.
was like Nissan.
Because listen, like you see the bonnet on, I came in, like we're gonna keep it straight hood today. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Hood gourmet.
Eating my bro. Eating my bro.
Okay, so let's pour some water in this these Nissan. I literally was going around the store like, does it say that brand? Is there a reason? A rhyme to the reason?
Yeah, cause like okay, no, it means a lot to me because like, when I spend up like late nights like doing my work and things like that, it's like one of the things like it's always like there, you know what I'm saying? And it means a lot, you know what I'm saying, when you coming up and like you don't really got much, you know.
Bet you I didn't pour enough water in this. That would be
It's
terrible.
all good.
So when you eat your noodles, do you like them super soggy or kind of like noodly, like hard?
Um I keep them like super soggy, you know what I'm saying? Then after a while I like to pour out the water and like not all of it. And then I like to dump some hot sauce in that joint. You know what I'm saying? I go crazy with the hot sauce sometimes, like
You didn't say that. You
balling
didn't
out.
say that. We was trying to have it the way you eat it. Here's yours.
It's one of the things just forget about. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Okay, so take me back to what was going on in the what era? Because I know everyone still eats this, right? Every once
Mhm.
in a while, you probably have a late night and eat this, right?
Yeah.
So take me back to the beginning era of you with the noodles, where it was a necessity.
Um, I would say I'll go where I start. I'd say like 2014. 'Cause I previously talked about like dealing with like mental health issues.
Hmm.
And when I started to get my mind back, I ended up having like developing mental health issues like straight out of high school. And it got kind of severely worse around like 19. And then like I was out of it like real bad, like when you see like those people walking around aimlessly in the streets.
Hmm.
I was like one of those people, but it was like my mom so happened like to catch it early because mental illness runs in my dad's side of the family.
When you say mental illness, are you comfortable saying like what kind? Because
Yeah,
it's some
bipolar schizophrenic. I was
you were
diagnosed.
bipolar
Yeah, I was
schizophrenic.
diagnosed bipolar schizophrenic. um my mom found me home one day and she ended up like 302 in me like to help me out. Luckily she really caught it early because the same thing happened with one of my cousins on my dad's side, but she was 14, but her mom didn't pay attention to it. And now like to this day she's like 50 something years old, and she need people to take care of her, and that could easily have been me. My mom didn't catch it early. That's why I give all grace to my mom
But
because of that.
schizophrenia, I thought it comes later, no? For some reason, I thought it comes like like around
Like
early
I
20s.
think what it does is like it comes from stress and not talking. You know what I'm saying? Because like my stepfather, he had died when I was 10 years old, and it was like I used to be like a bubbly person, a little bubbly kid, and things like that. And then it was like I just became like super monotone and stopped caring about life. So it was like Yeah, a
At
10-year-old.
10.
Yeah, I gave up on life at like 10 years old, but he was my everything. And then like the way he passed, and I didn't get a chance to see him like get buried. So just like all that time, and then it's like as you're not yourself no more, so you allow people to bully you and things like that. And but through that whole time, I was drawing. That's all I cared about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got, like, really bad, like, as soon as, like, 7th grade came around, they put me, like, in the LD classes. So I was in there from, like,
What's
all the
LD mean?
learning disability.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so they put they put you
Sorry.
yeah, they put me in there, but the only thing I kept on doing was just drawing. That was the thing that was, like, keeping me, like, going, but I wasn't talking to nobody. My mom tried to get me to talk to therapists and things like that, but it wasn't working. And then, all that, like, accumulated and then boom, just exploded at that point. And then,
Wow. And what was everyone saying about your drawings at the time? Were they
not
as
not
great as they were now,
not
or?
it's like, people say like, "Oh, that's cool. Oh,
Mhm.
draw me." People wasn't like really like, you know, um, thinking like too much about it because everybody draw because it's not like one of those things that people think is like a career path you can take. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but some kids, like, even I'll see, like, I have a 3-year-old, but I'll see, like, some kids, like my daughter, I'm not trying to throw shade, but, like, I don't think she has, like, the little artist bug because she just scribbles all over things, but I see some kids where they color in the lines really early, and I'm like, "Oh, shit. What's that?" You know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just know like from my environment, like I grew up in North Philly. I went to Gillespie and then Simon Gratz. And then, it's like those schools are basically like I consider them like kind of like prisons that you stay in from, what I'm saying, from like 7 to like 3 when you get out.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I consider it as, at least like from my interpretation of it when I was paying attention, but I just was just drawing, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And then, it's like, you know, after, like the whole incident happened, 'cause I couldn't tell you what I was doing from 19 to 22. Only thing I remember was when I did come to, I woke up on one of those like mentally. 'Cause I'm trying to like put it in your head
Mhm.
visually. Cause
Yeah.
like just imagine 19th birthday, and then like in the instant, you blink, and then you're on like one of those like white buses with all the other mentally challenged people.
Oh my god.
And I'm looking around trying to figure out what's going on. And then, as I figure out, oh, this is my reality, and then at this point too, I was 300 pounds
Mhm.
because of the medication they kept putting me on with all the water weight. And that's when, drawing was still a thing I was still doing. That was keeping me like bringing me slowly together as my mind came back. And also too, I had like good friends like around the way that was always there for me. And that's honestly what brought me back. That's why I'm always like strong on like community and friends because it's like if we had more like real people around us, we wouldn't need therapists and things like that. Only thing you need is just somebody to talk to. Like, like when you talk to some people, it's like, I don't wanna I need to keep my peace. I don't want to have you vent
Yeah.
to me and things like that. Like nut ass niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you had more
I actually
real
know what you're talking about. That's so sad, but I do. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Cause it's like those ain't like real like people. They're
Mhm.
like people of the moment. They won't be
Mhm.
around forever anyway. But it's like if people had more people like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like we wouldn't need therapists and things like that. So I
Mhm.
always give a salute to John, JR, Alvin, Daryl, Reggie, of course my mom, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And yeah, I always give them salute. And then, as we come to this, I was like eating, what I'm saying, eating cup noodles a lot while I draw. 'Cause, it's like it was just quick to make,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, while I can just stay on my computer and just draw.
Mhm.
So, yeah, and that's what kept me going. That's why this is so like monumental to me. Cause I didn't like necessarily grow up in a bad household. Cause my mom, you know what I'm saying, she, worked herself to death basically to like keep me comfortable.
Did you have any other siblings or just?
No, only child.
Okay,
I
okay.
got half brother, half sister, but I don't really speak with them.
Okay. Are
Mhm.
they older?
Yeah,
Younger?
they
Big
older.
age gap?
Yeah, big age gap.
Okay. So your mom's like a single mom after your dad.
Mhm. Yeah, but then my real father, he came into my life like around 13, but he didn't make things better. He made things worse. He just passed this year. I love him, but it's like, alcohol and everything else, you know what I'm saying? Like you love that more than, you loved your own son.
Mhm.
So I don't know. So
Did you ever tell him that?
I mean, there's only so much you can talk to a person,
Yeah.
you know. Um, I don't know. It's just a sad thought when I just like think about that. But yeah, even back then, when I think about it now, I was like eating cup noodles then. Like when he would like leave me in an apartment to go. Like I remember one night we were near a supermarket and he had like a 40 ounce, and I was like probably like 12 or 13. And, I didn't want him to drink. So, it was like when he went into the supermarket, I grabbed the bottle and then put it out on the not
Mhm.
I didn't throw it out, but I just like rolled it out of the car because I didn't
Okay.
want to have it make a lot of noise. And then we came back to the apartment, he made me cup noodles and then he couldn't find it and then he left me in the apartment for hours on end
Wow.
looking for his bottles.
Wow.
Yeah.
And during all this, you're still drawing.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get out. So what age do you get out of the mental
22.
22? Okay. And what year is this?
Um I think 2012.
2012. So between 2012, because I found out about you probably like on the cusp of the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
Which obviously you've been rolling, but when did you start seeing like an uptick in your art?
Um, what 2013, 2000,
Oh, you
2014.
started posting it that
Yeah, I
for a
started I
while.
started out I started on Facebook
Okay.
because like there was a guy that discovered me on Facebook. His name was Trizzy the Mouth.
Mm-hmm.
He was like one of my first managers. Like he's a real good guy. He taught me like how to you know uh reel people in with the art. So just like it's first time me saying this, but it's like, all right.
Say it.
All right. So it's like the way I do my art is like how a pimp reels in women. I'm being dead serious. I'm being dead serious.
I love it. No, no, no.
I'm
Go
being
ahead.
I'm being dead serious because this is the
Okay.
way I
How
was
does a
taught.
pimp reel in women though?
It's like you get them comfortable, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And then like once you get them to a certain point, then you can start asking for favors and things like
Mm-hmm.
that, like a manipulator.
Okay.
But the only reason I gave that example because I was around people like that. And that's the best example I can give right now off the top of the head, if I'm
Who
being
in
all the
your
way
life was
honest.
like that? Well, I guess if your father was also like in addiction, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure addicts are
yeah,
manipulators, right?
'cause it's like I grew up in like North Philly, hang
Mm-hmm.
out with like a whole bunch of like different characters, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So just like it's just a whole bunch of people I don't hang out with now because like those people only like last for a certain period of time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I known people that gotten killed, all types of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like, it's like it's a lot of those things like motivates to like, all right, I don't want to be around these people. I just want to just draw.
Mm-hmm.
And and that's when I started like, posting things on Facebook. And then like I said, it's like I started to learn like, okay, I understand, oh, like this what makes people react like this what makes people react like that. So, a lot of it's like trial and error,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Then while like, like understanding like, oh, you need a team of people to help out. And then, like he put that mindset in my head is like, you need a team of people to do things, you know what I'm saying? And
And what kind of things was he talking about? Just on the management side, because he was trying to manage you, or
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, he was because like he was my manager for
hmm
a period of time. But it's just like trial and error. You know what I'm saying? That's really about it, just trial and error until you just figure things out. You know what I'm saying? Because like I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's like really just trial and error to figure out what people want. Get feedback from
hmm
people.
you're like paying attention to like the numbers, the comments, everything.
Yeah, and then that's when I started to like develop like a business mind. So, but the
Okay.
issue is with that when you like developing a business mind and then you're also a creative, it start to clash like after a while. You start to think too much about a lot of things. And then you also learn like who to trust and not to trust when you send things out to people. So like, well, it's around like I think 2015, I think. I was like really into like, asking people, hey, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think?
hmm
And then
before you post, or
yeah, before I
okay, okay,
post.
got it.
But then I stopped doing that, like stopped being so trusting of people because I started getting like a bad name about myself like on the internet because all right, boom, right. So I was doing this drawing of it was a topic drawing. I like doing topic drawings or like real stuff. So it's like it was like a simple thing. You know, it's like you see like some parents like they brag about like, oh, my kid can do this and that when they're a baby. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But then like the child end up growing up and just be like just a nobody.
Regular.
Yeah, but the drawing wasn't done,
Uh-huh.
and the person put me out there to be a colorist for whatever reason.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I just stopped like sharing things with people before something is done.
Mhm.
And then it got like real bad on Twitter, and people will start. This when you start like understanding like how people try to cancel people,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's like try to separate. Oh, he puts light skinned women in this light and put dark skinned women in this light. It was like it was real bad. It was like normally on the internet like things like last like 3 days, a week
Yeah, yeah.
max. This lasted like for a whole month. It was real. It was real bad.
And then how do you react when you see those negative comments? Do you internalize them or?
When you first start dealing with that, because I'm a type of person, things don't bother me, but it's like when it's constantly in your face over and over and over, it'll start to get to you. And that is what and from something like that happened to me, that inspired me like to make my first character, Kayla.
Oh,
Hmm.
it's Kayla.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
All
see
right.
how I got into that?
Yeah, I like that pivot
Hmm.
there. I like that pivot. So you get into Caleb, but now we're in 2024 and are you just now releasing Kayla, right?
No, no, I've been putting the character out since 2019, but
Mhm.
I was like slowly working on it. It's like I'm a kind of a perfectionist in a way. It's like I said, like the business mind, I want to know, okay, what works for this and that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you only got like a first impression.
Yeah.
A lot of times
Mhm.
we don't get a lot of do-overs. So like to go into like explain Kayla, it's like it's made for like people that love manga and anime. So something like specific, like she's meant for the Shonen Jump like demographic.
Mhm.
And then I say like
She's meant for the what demographic?
Shonen Jump demographic. Basically, Shonen Jump means like comics for teenage boys in
Oh,
Japanese, basically.
okay, okay.
And when I see online, everybody loves the Boondocks and things like that.
Mhm.
And it's like we don't only thing was the last thing we had was the Boondocks. So I'm like, all right, let me just make something like that. And I first showed Kayla to Charlemagne,
Mhm.
and
What did he think?
he liked it, but it was like it just I guess like it just wasn't ready.
Mhm.
So and then after a while, like around the pandemic, I decided like, or I'll just start like making books, making chapters. I put out 19 chapters through the course of like a year or two.
Okay.
And when I put out the first chapter, NBC reached out to me, the Complex website,
Mhm.
Netflix, this animation studio called Powerhouse that made He-Man and Castlevania.
And
And
what
then
are you thinking when they're reaching out to you?
it was amazing, but then like you start to realize, like you start understanding like this field. It's like people will reach out to you, but not like to immediately help you out. They just want to wait and see,
Yeah.
and that's like and then like once you get into like things like that, it's like you question it at first. It's like, is my stuff not good? Is
Mhm.
it not good enough? Like what's it missing? And it's like, oh, people are just waiting for something to happen to reach
Were
back out
they
to you.
were they even giving you direction though when they're waiting?
No.
Okay.
'Cause,
Okay.
like, I even talked to, like, one of the creators of the Boondocks. It was like that was a high for me. Other
Mhm.
than, like, I had multiple highs. I did, a anime commercial, Italian what was it? Italian commercial. Yeah, it was an Italian anime commercial for McDonald's. I did the Breakfast Club, art
And
studio.
then backtrack. How did you end up first crossing paths with Charlemagne?
He was following me for a little bit,
Mhm.
and then I put out this drawing called Dice Game. And then once Dice Game came out, Charlemagne shared it, but he shared it in a sarcastic way. But when you're reading sarcasm, you think somebody's really angry about it, type
Mhm.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it's ended up spreading around, and then Donald Glover ended up reaching out to me, and he ended up putting his people did, and then he ended up putting it on Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, the artwork ended up on Atlanta, and then he asked me to like work on Feel Like Summer video. And that was my first like job that like, started everything,
Mhm.
you
And
know.
what was your like thought process like when you're getting this first gig?
Um I was I don't
Where
know.
were you sitting? Where were you doing? What was the
I
environment?
was in Pittsburgh, PA on a farm, dating a mixed race girl. stressing the fuck out.
Over the girl, or
She was yelling at me and all that. She had anger issues.
that's hilarious.
Yeah, I loved her though, but that's all. I always end up running into mean girls.
Okay, so you're in PA, you get this call.
Pittsburgh,
Pittsburgh,
yes, in the
and
middle of nowhere,
in the middle of nowhere
yes, on a farm,
on a farm.
a to- with a tornado warning going on, by the way,
You get this call
in the shed.
in the shed. Okay. And what are you thinking? Are you thinking like I don't belong here? Like this is not where I'm meant to be when you get that call?
Um, I don't know. This is kind of weird to say. It's like I don't really get like too excited about a lot of things because of
Mhm.
those prior things I told you about. So
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Like I'll believe it once it start. And then once he paid me like my first half, I was like, oh shit, this is a thing. And this was like,
Even when you got the contract before, you weren't like,
you know, it's like people give you contracts and then like things don't start,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I was super excited. And then I didn't, and the thing about I didn't bring my computer or nothing because I was just on like
You're hilarious. You
I
were
was
really out there.
I was on a vacation. I was on a
Oh, so you
vacation.
were just visiting her.
Yeah, forcefully had to go. I'll talk about that another time. But anyway, all right. So boom, right. I had to
This girl sounds crazy.
Yeah, but anyway, I had to improvise, right? So boom, right. I had to I was saying like, yo, we gotta go to the store. I just got like a whole bunch of paper and just drew out all the characters. Mind you, right? It was like I think about like 69 like characters I had to
Mhm.
drew for the not just like one angle, couple angles
Mhm.
too. That was like viciously
All on
like crazy.
paper.
Yeah, all on paper. I think that was like when that video came out, 2008. So yeah, 2018. Like
Mhm.
2018 was like really the last time I really drew on paper
Mhm.
like that before I went like fully digital.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was like I knocked that drawing. I only had like 2 weeks to like finish everything and then like 60 like all those drawings.
Who was the first person you called after you get the call? Did you call your mom?
No, I wouldn't think about it. I just went like into
Work mode.
Yeah, just went into work
Oh
mode. You know what I'm
wow.
saying?
You
Because
feel
like,
different.
yeah,
You
because
feel
like, cause you got,
different.
'cause
There
you
was
got
no bragging going on?
no, because like you know, because this is a passion of mine. I didn't know that like you know I'll end up getting discovered by a manager off of Facebook of all
Mhm.
that. Is like I would never have known that like people want to pay me money to do these things. Like it's a blessing. It's like this is my
What
second.
was the check
uh,
looking like, if you don't mind?
It was I got paid $8,000. That was my
Okay.
first that was like my first big check. But
Mhm.
then like the thing that came from it though is like people think that you're rich off of doing just like one thing. It's
Yeah.
like that was the weird thing. And
And you had a manager then, or did not?
uh
Was that your first?
when I meet you make 18. This was prior it was yeah, it was right before
Right
that. It was right
before that.
before I
Okay.
met him. And uh but the biggest thing I took away from that once I did like meet him, 'cause, you know, it's like I do multiple things. You know, I write, you know what I'm saying? Like I literally do like everything you
You're a
can think
great
of.
writer too.
Yeah, thank you. And you know, because he does a lot of things too. And when I went backstage to talk to him about that, he just told me this is the biggest advice. I didn't believe him at the time, but now I understand. He just said, do what work for you, like in the moment, and then once it slows down, go on to the other things. I didn't
Okay.
understand it at first. I was like,
Who gave
no,
you that advice?
Donald Glover.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good advice.
Yeah, but I didn't believe him at first. I was like in my head, I'm like, nah, like that can't be true. You can do everything, but no, you'll eventually have burnout.
Mhm.
So so yeah, that
So
was
you do the project. Did you end up getting any burnout during that?
no, like because I was on 10 because after that, you know, that's when I met Charlemagne
Mhm.
and then I got to be on the Brilliant Idiots twice.
Mhm.
That was a big thing for me. I got on the
That's
Brilliant Idiots twice. And I got like one of the biggest moments on when I first went on there because I just be saying like just anything out my mouth for like a
Mhm.
lot of times. Especially
Mhm.
like when you get like moments like that, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm probably not gonna have another chance. Let me just say some nut shit.
Yeah.
Just to get people talking. Cause like it's one thing I know I do. I know I get people's attention. So I'm like, all
Mhm.
right, let me just do that. I know I like people work type time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then yeah, and then after that, everything started to like pile on. Like I said, like I did like a lot of jobs. I did something for Trey Songs, like animated commercial Trey Songz. I did something for Bobby Smurder. Um, even like till now, like doing something for New Balance.
Wow, those are bigger
Yeah,
brands.
the Army. Um,
And they're reaching out. I'm guessing is your manager working the phones nonstop too?
yeah,
Yeah.
and but then
I
yeah,
see him.
yeah, of course. But then also too,
Yeah.
they just naturally reach out to me
Yeah.
because I put out product that people want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And now, right now, I'm in the point in my life where it's like I'm trying to package it all because you know my end goal is I want my own movie studio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, So that's why I really want. So it's like right now is a pivotal time. That's why like my character Kayla is so important because trying to show that I know how to like make product that people want to buy. Like I said, I put out 19 chapters like during the pandemic through that whole year. Like I said, all those people reached out to me in the beginning.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I did that first.
Mhm.
So it's like once I start doing the animations, like people have like things so they can get hooked on.
Mhm.
And then her following started to go up because she has 70,000 followers on Instagram, almost 10,000 on TikTok, and like a lot of her stuff go viral. Like, and, you know what I'm saying? I love it because it's like my whole thing is like I really want like black girls to be like represented in that field authentically.
Yeah.
That's why I
Yeah.
came in authentically with buying on.
It
Authentically with cup
wasn't the
noodles.
Let's see if the cup of noodles is soft. You act like you don't eat this no more.
There's another reason for that too. I
What?
will say
What?
because like last month, was like basically like the worst month of my life, honestly. Because uh, I started so I don't know the best way to put this. So I started developing heart problems.
I seen that online, like a
Yeah.
little bit of it. I was
Hmm.
scrolling.
Yeah.
Why this will affect it?
Mm-mm. No, but it's my first time like touching it in like a couple of months, which is sad. Made me sad because so I ran to my ex recently. She wanted to meet up with me.
The mixed girl?
Yeah, I was
The m-
no. And I was reluctant. I was reluctant at first. It was like, why
Mhm.
you want to meet up with me? And like, all right. And then we chilling
She's
by
like
the
closure.
by the art museum
Mhm.
in Philly type time. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? She gave me a hug, right? And she was like, oh, like your heart is beating fast. You must miss me. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then
Your stories are good.
yeah, and then the next day, I started feeling like these hard ass heart. I never noticed my heartbeat before. It's like boom, boom, like it's feeling beating out my chest.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then I ended up going to the doctor, and then he ended up telling me go to like the ear, nose, and throat doctor, and then I go to the do the CAT scans or whatever for the heart later on in the month type shit, and then I go to the ear, nose, and throat doctor. I've been hearing like a pulsing sound in my left ear, so I ended up finding out that I ended up losing like slight hearing loss in my left ear. 'Cause, like I hear the heartbeat sound in my left
Mhm.
ear, and then I went to the after I next went to the throat doctor, so I opened up my mouth. The nurse went like, "Oh wow," and then immediately brung in the doctor and the other nurses, and had like I don't know what it's called, but it's like I think a pulp or something like that. It's like a little ball like in the back of your mouth,
Mhm.
and he was being like really nonchalant about it. It was like kind of weird. He was like, we can cut it out if you want, but we don't. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you. I was like, no, just cut it out, and then cut it out, and then a couple days later, that's when I made my post.
Mhm.
So I thought like my mouth was dry when I was waking up, but then I
Mhm.
ended up going to the bathroom and I find out like my mouth was like full on black. That's how much blood was like coming out of my mouth. And then I got rushed
What?
to the ER. Yeah, because the wound had like bust open. And
From them cutting it out?
no, this was a couple days later after it was healing.
Oh my
'Cause I
god.
wasn't allowed to eat anything. So
Okay.
this whole month just passed. Like like I couldn't eat solid food or nothing like that type shit.
Oh, okay.
Um, and then it took them from like it was like 6 in the morning until 3 p.m. for them to stop the bleeding. But this whole time, my mom was there with me. My whole right side was turning cold. The security guard at the hospital kept on trying to get me to sit down. Kept on telling like, no, because if I sit down, I'm not waking up. And I was right because when the nurses came into the joint to see me, so I sat down, my head was like that type shit, like kept on going up like
What did
that.
they say all of this was?
Because I lost a lot of blood.
Jesus.
Yeah, I lost a lot.
So this like your first real.
Yeah, it was like a first real scare. I mean, think about it, you can say technically because with the mental health stuff happened early on, and then this next,
Mhm.
and then it's like I went back up. They fixed everything, you know what I'm saying? Got the bleeding to stop and all that. And then, I ended up going back to the ear, nose, throat doctor the next week, told him about it and things like that. And he was like, oh, that's not supposed to happen. Like, no shit, that's not supposed to fucking
Yeah.
happen, dickhead. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and then he gonna drop a bombshell on me. Oh yeah, so test results came back, you don't got cancer. I'm like, cancer? Like,
That's
how you gonna leave that away from somebody? You know what I'm saying? You gotta at least tell me about it.
okay.
Yeah, you
But
can at least tell me
what did
that.
he say it was?
No, basically from something like that is like that's how basically how cancer will start
Oh.
through the
Oh.
mouth, like with that pulp in the back of your mouth. So
Jesus.
yeah, so I always tell everybody just go to the doctors type time. You know what I'm saying? Because you never No.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So is this your first official like meal from drinking Slurpees or something?
No, 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 no.
Milkshakes?
No. Like, because like it's still a lot going on. Cause then
Okay.
like after that, I went to the heart doctor, and I found out I got like heart palpitations, something. So it was like
Oh.
rapidly start beating type shit. And then he heard like a clicking sound there. So I still got to do more testing and things like that. And also find out, oh, after all that, oh, you got high
Huh.
cholesterol now after all that. So it's like the other thing that make me sad, because it's like I really can't do what I want to do. So like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's really
Move
frustrating.
to LA. You'll fit right in with the vegetable eaters.
Yeah.
The no salts and sugar
I don't
people.
know how y'all do it.
Well, I don't do it.
I was when I found out that I can't that, oh, you can't eat this, you can't drink that, I was crying, I was swinging like, oh my God, I can't take this no more.
Nah, man,
Jesus, why
we
Jesus?
need to have you around. So you better eat all the vegetables and the salads. I could tell your crew thorough. The manager, he's probably every time you look at a steak, he's probably here's a salad. Here's some oatmeal.
I'll pull a steak out my back pocket and eat it.
Oh
If nobody ain't
no.
looking.
Oh no. So during this whole this career, were there any dips, like real solid dips in between?
Currently going through a dip right now.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like last year, I made like 100 grand through
Mm.
uh um commission work, but then AI came around, and that's
Mhm.
the big thing. That's it's like messing up a
I'm in
lot of
love with
things.
AI too.
Yeah, I
What
love it. I
happened? What
love AI
happened?
too.
What AI doing to you?
People think that like you can do everything through AI, which isn't.
No.
Because the way these companies do, they like make everything seem like it's really that when it really isn't. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And now people starting to come back along, and it's like, all right, like these things really can't do it. And then plus people want that authentic feeling even more.
Yeah. How are they gonna AI like your level of creativity though? I
It,
mean, I guess it's semi possible, but yeah, you would miss a lot of the
I
authenticity, right?
mean, I mean, it can't. You know what I'm saying? It can't. You're always gonna need that human touch. Because don't get me wrong, it's like I like AI. I like AI too, but it's saying, but I only use it to like what it's supposed to be used for, is like a background tool, not something to replace. Like say like if I'm writing a script or something like that,
Hmm.
right? I'll uh have it clean it up for me in script form before I show it to somebody
Of
or something
course,
like
yeah.
that. That's how you're supposed to use it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of, and then like, man, it's like
So you're saying your dip is coming from the AI?
it was. Now it's picking up.
Okay.
But the thing I was about to go on about AI, the thing that makes it so sad about AI, like in the creative field, you don't know who's talented anymore because people rely on it so much. So, say like for example, right? Like me, I can come up with a concept or something and then draw it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And show somebody. Like I'll show
Mm-hmm.
like a quick sketch, like, okay, this is the example of what you should do, but do it in your way, interpret it in your way.
Yeah.
But because of AI, a lot of these people can't even do that. They'll just literally like, because what you can do with AI is like, okay, I'll take a real light sketch or something. Like say like I'll like make a bullshit image of this room
Mm-hmm.
and then, put it into one of the prompts, type in the prompt, and then boom, it'll make it for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to animation, you really can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So like you do 3D or something like that, right?
Yeah.
It's like if I'm asking you to do something that's really like detail oriented, you're not gonna be able to do it because
Yeah.
AI don't allow those things like that because AI spew out random images.
Yeah.
So
It's never always it's never even perfect with AI. It's not consistent
no,
either.
no, because like it's just taken from things on the
So is that
web.
why your business picking back up? They tried it and they realized it wasn't working?
Yeah, but it's not just that. I'm just talking about when you're just trying to find the right people to
Yeah.
fit your team.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, it makes it harder to find the right people, especially like when you end up like getting a relationship with these people, you like them, they end up finding out, wow, man, like you a fraud. You know what I'm saying?
So like if you're working with a company and they have their own team, you're working with them, you find out that maybe they're not
No. It's like
bad
this. Okay, so like these companies, they'll reach out to you,
Mm-hmm.
and they know you got your own like team of artists that work with
Mm-hmm.
you, right?
So
But
you
that's
have your own team.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
my own team of, like animators, but the,
Mhm.
the issue is with that is like I don't know that they don't use AI. So now I ask the question: do you rely on AI a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you do, I can't rock with you because you're not a creative, and because of that, you'll end up making me look bad, and I gotta take over your work.
Mm-hmm. But now how do you wouldn't they just lie?
Huh?
Wouldn't they just lie?
What do you mean by lie?
Like and just say that they wouldn't they just lie and just be like, yeah, I don't use AI really?
I
just
mean,
to get on your team?
but it's like I do like a vetting process. I use my YouTube channel. Like,
Mhm.
hey, like help me out with some like projects online or something like that. Some quick things. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And that's the way like
You'll
you
like
find
test them
out.
on the spot?
Yeah, but even still, it's just like just the creative community is just getting bad out here when it comes to that. Like, I'm just afraid, like years down the line, like people not gonna be able to do nothing.
Well, I don't like to backtrack, but take me back to like your original inspiration that got you into drawing. Cause I know it helped you
Oh,
cope through things, but like where was that first initial seed planted?
like things like Naruto, Dragon Ball Z. The generic stuff that everybody like. You know what I'm saying? Some people like One Piece. You know what I'm saying? I watch a lot of Cartoon Network. I was a Cartoon Network kid. Yeah, just like all those things, but my style really comes from Dragon Ball Z, because like the way you draw the pupils, the ears,
Mhm.
that's what I'm really like big on.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. And then what a thing that taught me style was bleach. You never heard of bleach?
No.
I don't expect you to know what bleach is. You know what bleach is, Chris. That's why he's smiling so
Why are
hard.
you laughing so hard?
I can see the gap between his teeth. He's smiling so hard.
Talking behind the camera.
Yeah.
So, what are the next projects you have coming out?
Right now, is right now the real main thing is Kayla, because that's
Mhm.
my Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm putting my all into that. So it's like I'm working on it's called a one shot. So it's gonna be 60 something pages. We putting out trailers for it and all that, treating like it's a real thing.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then I plan on turning it into a short film eventually. But yeah, like I'm not gonna be doing like no more like regular like videos of the moment type thing. I really want to take this stuff to another level. So I'm gonna be doing like treating like all my animations when I put them out like short films.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so it's like all my videos gonna have that short film vibe. I'm gonna be submitting them into film festivals. But
So how long would the short film be for you?
a short film can be any length. It can be a minute, to 6 minutes, ten
Okay,
minutes. It
okay.
doesn't matter.
Are you gonna charge your fans to watch it?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't believe in like things like that. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Not
I'm
in,
the same way, by the way. I don't like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
because it's just weird, because it's like it's even hard to like even make something like a Patreon, because it's like I'd rather like sell you merch,
Mhm.
once I convince you that you like the product that much, you want to support me in that way
Mhm.
versus like doing something like that. So I'm back and forth with it. But yeah, like all next year, I'm just gonna be like just promoting Kayla, just all around. I gotten too much crazy feedback. People like her a lot, and now it's like for me to put my stamp on it.
And then how are you gonna distribute it and all that?
Online, probably do some like bookstore releases
Okay.
and just everything out. Cause like I said, it's like I really, people really fiending for a new Boondocks, and it's not like a Boondocks or anything like that. I'll break it down a little bit. So it's basically it's around uh zodiac signs. Their powers around zodiac signs, right? So say like I'm an Aries, for
Mhm.
instance, right? So it's like my zodiac ability would be around flames and rage. Anything dealing with rage.
Really, Aries?
Yeah. But
I think they're so fun.
we hard headed, straight to the point. Like I'm
Okay.
straight to the point right now, 'cause I gotta go
Okay.
to the bathroom. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
hilarious. Okay.
Yeah, but that's how it goes. It's like I made it. It's like I said, it's for that demographic of people that like things like Jujutsu Kaisen.
Mhm.
You don't know what that is.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
the
Stop
so
laughing at me,
I'm gonna say a
Chris.
bunch of things you're not
Right?
gonna
That's your name?
understand. I'm gonna say a whole bunch of things like, what I'm saying,
Whatever.
like Jujutsu Kaisen.
Mhm.
What I'm saying, people that love just anything dealing with that shonen genre,
Mhm.
except it's just a girl
Mhm.
that has like a feisty attitude of a Yusuke. Um,
A what? A
I knew
what?
she was gonna say a what.
A what? What did he say? A use.
Yusuke Urameshi.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly.
Look, I'm still a fan
Mm.
and I don't know these things. So,
Yeah, you'll pop up. You'll pop up in the book. I'll draw you. I'll draw you
yo, if
in
you
the
do that, I
book.
promise you I will be
Yeah.
so hyped, like
You'll
little
be
kid
you'll be
hyped.
one you'll be one of the agents. So okay, I'll go in a little bit further with it, right? So it's
Okay.
like it's a secret agency called the Core. So think of like it's a Men in Black type world,
Okay.
where it's like you gotta like deal with like monsters that people can't see.
Okay.
Yeah. So and you know how like the government be like people like conspiracy theories. I can't say the word.
Conspiracy
Yeah,
theories.
yeah, where it's like they
Theory.
make things up. So say like for example, in this world, right, a big explosion goes off, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in this world is about like monsters you can't see. But like the core, the men in black type, they're covering things up so you see on the news about like, oh, like a pipe burst or something like that caused
Mm-hmm.
this. So it's like really like
But
it's
it's really
all
the monsters,
yeah, it's
and
gonna
then the
be
core defeats them.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's really like that. And her thing is like collecting all the orbs so she can like power up to go against
Are those
some
the
monster.
zodiac signs? The orbs?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
called zodiac orbs. I
Okay.
think they'll be nice keychains and plushies for people. What's your sign?
I'm Aquarius.
Oh yeah, I'll send you one. I'll send you a
Aquarius
nice
love
one.
Aries, by the way.
Yeah, that's why we get along so well.
They love Aries.
That's why we get
I didn't
along
know
so
that
well.
they're what did you say they were?
Angry
Angry. Yeah.
and to the point.
I don't really know a lot of angry Aries. They always seem
You're
so
talking
happy.
you're talking to an angry Aries right now. To the
I'm
point, Aries.
shocked.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
March 30th.
You know what? Maybe it's the ones that are born with the March dates. Maybe
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah,
'Cause I
maybe.
know a woman Aries that's kind of like angry all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Men, you're the first.
I could be bitchy. Where's my milk and cookies?
Okay.
Promise me milk and cookies.
What's a day in the life of you right now?
What day in life of me right now?
Mm-hmm.
Playing video games.
Really?
Yeah.
How much time do you spend like drawing and all that?
All day. It can go from like 10 to 10.
And what does your mom say about all of this success?
Um
Sounds like it's gonna be good.
She don't be believing nothing I be saying. She be thinking I be lying. It's like I don't tell you nothing. She didn't start believing nothing until she saw
What do you mean she be thinking you're lying at this point?
yeah, she don't think I'm lying no more until like I had a Breakfast Club interview 2 years ago. Then she started believing stuff. So
That's so funny. What
yeah.
race are you? You just regular black? Regular
Yeah, I'm just
schmegular?
regular black.
Regular
They
black?
used to call me a poppy store general when I was little.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh.
They say I look Spanish. I was like,
Yeah, you look like you could be mixed with something.
yeah, I'm saying no, I am black.
Regular schmegular. Regular schmegular black. Okay, okay.
Hmm.
What advice would you give to any young person or older person that's like pursuing that field, that genre of work?
Be prepared. And the main thing I see a lot of people do is like they quit their jobs way too early.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't quit my job until it made sense.
Wait a
Like
minute.
money, like
What was your
money-wise.
day job?
I worked in dietary.
What does that mean?
It was in the kitchen.
Oh, you were like cooking
Like, like serving the food, cleaning.
at like
It was in a nursing home.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And you worked that till what point?
I worked there until 2017.
Okay, so that's right before your
Yeah.
parents came into the picture. Or was that right before your $8,000? Right?
That was
Is
I
that
did
when you
that
quit?
didn't
You
that
was
didn't
like, I
come
quit.
that didn't come until like a year that didn't come until like a year later. That's when I
Okay,
made
so
that's when I
why'd
made
you quit? What made you
huh?
say I could quit?
Cause I made like 24,000 by myself,
Doing what though?
just doing commission work.
Okay, and how much were you making at the day job?
Same amount.
Okay, I would have done the same.
Yeah.
I would have done the same.
But I
You
ain't
didn't
gonna
try to stack the money though for a little bit before you quit?
I was buying snapbacks,
Okay. Yeah, you look like
dumbass
a fashion
sneakers.
guy. Like this overall set.
Yeah, this is premium pit bull leather. That's-
Is it really? It's a really cute outfit.
mhm. Feel this premium pit bull leather right there. There you go. Woof.
It,
I don't know,
it, it
like-
feels like leather.
Yeah.
All right. And then is there anything that we don't know about you that you'd love to share with us on this show?
I think I basically said everything. Only thing I can just say is just like be grateful every day you wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Try to maximize every day most you can, and just spend time with friends and loved ones, because you never know, and you don't want to be like, oh, what if this, what that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
do what you want to do, and you'll just be happier. That's really all I can say. That's what I can say about myself.
And then circling back to the mental health stuff,
Hmm.
you said bipolar, schizophrenic. To my knowledge, doesn't schizophrenia like you can hear voices or?
Yeah, but it's like a lot of that stuff, man. More than likely when I think about it, is like I probably never had it. A lot of it more than likely just had something to do with stress. And you know what? Anybody when it comes to stress, it becomes a boiling point and it just pops.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, to be honest, like it was probably just stress.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's like people they gotta like diagnose you with something.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
I at the age of I want to say I was 30.
Hmm.
I had a very stressful thing. I was working with Nick. I was doing a lot of stuff way above what I should have been doing at the time, just juggling a lot, not a lot of balance. And I had like a mental like psychosis,
Yeah.
and I got diagnosed PTSD, schizophrenic with bipolar. They were like, she's all batshit, like she's done. And I was definitely checked out. I thought my brain was never gonna. My whole family thought my brain was gone, but I had went to in LA. They had like like a mental museum, and I went like 5 years prior, and they had talked about like all these things they do back in the day to like help people with mental health. They were like shocking them and doing all these things, and I remember I they ended up putting me in a psych ward, and I remember like it's crazy up in there, by the way, fucking nuts. I woke up and I was like, whoa, I'm tripping. Like, I need to get to the root of like what the fuck happened to like find out where I'm at. And the patients were like, yo, just be careful because these doctors can diagnose you and give you a drug cocktail. You can end up in here like forever. And they were like tipping me off, kind of like, fuck around and get the wrong thing, this will be your life. And I'm thankful to the few patients that kind of were like, why are you looking at me like that? You
I'm
thinking I'm crazy?
no,
But no, this is true story.
for real. I'm listening to you.
So this what happened, true story. Um I had a traumatic childhood. I remember my dad came in my uncle was like calling my dad like you better come down here like it's a wrap for her. And anyways, I think I was experiencing PTSD, but I didn't know I was experiencing it for so long before the episode until like, they talk to you about the symptoms. You're like, "Oh, I don't want to say this in front of the doctors, but some of this shit is kind of on point." Anyways, I fought the doctors on like it prescribing me all the drugs, and my mom was like, "Just take whatever to get out of there." I'm like, "Nah, cuz this is my brain. This is my best asset. Like I think like my brain is more important than my looks. Like take anything but just don't take my brain." And so I fought them. They put me like I had to see a judge. They made me like eat 3 meals a day. I had to sleep in that place, which was freaking nuts. And I went in front of a judge. Like obviously I came back. My brain came back. I had to sleep. And what I did learn about the whole situation is like sleep is very important to this day. Like if I'm so stressed out, I will get sleeping pills, NyQuil, whatever. I don't play about sleep because I think it played a huge role into what happened. But I did fight them. I didn't take the drugs, and then my dad was like thanking me later, like, "Yo, the side effects of those drugs would have like probably impaired me for life." And all it was like just a lot of sleep. I mean, they sedated me for like a whole 24 hours, and that's obviously what helped me kind of come out of it. But I fought them, and I remember the judge being like, "Yeah, so." I was like, "Look, I'm a fully functioning girl in the real world. I'm like, I run my own company. I live by myself. Like, I pay all my bills. Like, and then I was threatening to sue them because I was like, this place is like, people are like raping each other up in here. Like, I was like, I will sue all of you guys." And my dad was like, "She's back. Just free her." But, so I kind of know a little bit about it, you know? But that's why I was asking about the whole schizophrenia
Yeah,
thing,
because like
so
that's why I just say it's just like if more people had more genuine people around them, you know what I'm saying? Like people will be better. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care how busy I am. If you call me, I won't be able to talk much, but I'll listen to you while I'm drawing.
mhm.
You know, just need people need to vent.
Yeah.
But it's too many people like saying like, "Oh, I don't want that type of energy." What type of energy? If you're that type of person, then it's like I kind of like feel saddened for you. It's like you don't got empathy for other people. That's part of the reason why our country is like so messed up. Where it's like it's not about community no more. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I do have that one Aries friend that is like that, who she'll be like her energy and her peace, and she protects it or whatever. And I do feel like I'm an empathizer, so I'm gonna be like, well, maybe people call her all the time, and that's why she doesn't like hearing things. But she's the only girlfriend of mine, and she is an Aries, and I think she has the same birthday as you.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, if it's not this, this, and this, I cannot hear it.
Yeah, I don't care. Like if I can have several of my friends hit me up one day, like all in one day, and they have any issues. That's what we here for as humans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I look at myself as like a guardian angel, like not a guardian, a healing angel
Oh, okay.
for a lot of people. You know what I'm
All right.
saying? It's like people come to my life for a season or for a long time. I'm here to heal. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I'm here to like inspire. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want like, part of the real reason why I'm going so hard, because I want to show kids that you don't just have to be a rapper or you know what I'm saying, some type of entertainer or do sports in order like to make money at what you do. You know what I'm saying? You can do this through art. 'Cause, like how many people that we know that's like well known like in mainstream in art. That's why I aspire to be. Like I aspire to, be like a entertainer artist like Stan Lee. Okay, so Stan Lee was working to the day he died.
And just so you know, that was the number one reason why I wanted you on this show. Because
Yeah,
I was like, we have all these successful people, and it's like you have your celebrities, you have your influencers. I love interviewing entrepreneurs, but I was just like, this season, I was like, I want different genres. I don't want to see the same genre over and over. I was like, I have to have you.
yeah,
I'm glad you took the time out your day to come out here.
yeah. I appreciate you.
And I'm still a fan, even though I don't know all the lingo, Chris. Stop texting during his interview. Don't text during your interview. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, Justin, for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate
I
you.
appreciate you too, man.
Hmm.
Okay. And, hopefully next time I see you in life, you won't
Yeah,
have the bonnet.
my locks will officially be combed out. It's a mess up here.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. And before we close out, where can all of our listeners keep up with Justin?
Instagram Justin underscore Richburg, TikTok underscore Justin Richburg, Twitter X underscore Justin Richburg, YouTube Justin Richburg.
You could just Google Justin Richburg.
Yeah,
It'll all come up.
just Google Justin Richburg. If you don't know how to spell my name, just sound it out in Chat GBT, and Chat GBT will tell you all about me.
Wow, I didn't know that. I'm going to do that. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.
Oh, I was over here. Oh.